Welcome to another edition of Wisconsin Places Are Cool. We are going to check out Prospect Avenue between Ogden, heading north to Royal Place. And at some point we will go further north and I will show you the rest. Now, Prospect Avenue, what an amazing place. I know a lot of the mansions have been taken down, but there's still so much to see there. So we're going to take a look at Stroll Down Milwaukee's Gold Coast. This is an article in Urban Milwaukee from Carrie Taylor Carlson. So I'm just going to read some things from there. So, talking about Prospect Avenue, is a one-way avenue that takes you north to Bradford Avenue. Has an interesting history, as H. Russell Zimmerman wrote in the Heritage Guidebook, Milwaukee's Gold Coast, or Kings Row, began as a muddy lane, part of which followed the Saw Indian Trail. By 1854, it had been graded and planked, and soon there were substantial homes along its southern blocks. They were considered summer homes in the beginning because Prospect was then beyond the city limits, which is kind of hard to believe now. Prospect also offered views of Lake Michigan, an added attraction for the wealthy when they chose their home sites. As more and more elegant homes were added, it became a showplace and a street locals liked to show off to their out-of-town visitors. According to Carl Baer in Milwaukee Streets, the stories behind their names, James H. Rogers named this street in 1847. The street on the bluffs offered a pleasing view or prospect of Lake Michigan. Rogers might have underestimated the worth of his property that extended along Prospect from Brady, south to Juneau, and west to Humboldt. Well, that's a good chunk of real estate. He valued his stake at a mere $1,200, and I cannot imagine what that would be worth now. By the way, Eastberg, who is the historian, I believe, at the Paps Mansion, has done some great Milwaukee historical presentations. There's one on YouTube that I will list in the description of this video below. He talks about how interesting it was that these homes were built. And yes, you could have a beautiful view of Lake Michigan, but right below them, halfway down the bluff and or more, train tracks. So you had the train going back and forth. You had the pollution and the noise, but yet it was still a place that attracted a lot of the wealthy families in Milwaukee. Now, continuing with the article, Prospect prospered as more and more local fortunes were made, and those wealthy citizens built mansions on the gilded avenue. Eventually, these captains of industry migrated north to Shorewood and Whitefish Bay, and many of their elegant homes were removed to make room for apartments. Now, those of you who cannot stand the fact they took down these mansions, number one, there wasn't use for them for the ordinary person. Most families obviously couldn't keep up that building. And I will tell you, having condos and apartments down there, and there's a huge mix of socioeconomics, the diversity on that street is really great. And again, I know some people don't love that idea, but I'll tell you, it's a fascinating and energetic place to be. Continuing with the article, other homes on the avenue were converted to rooming houses, a familiar story as Milwaukee's population continued to grow, and so did the need for housing. Some of the homes that remained were converted to offices. So it says to appreciate Prospect, you need to park the car and walk. As you saunter south, or in our video north, you will see a few of the remaining castles. There are more hiding in plain sight on the streets east of Prospect. Take time to explore because you will discover some of the finest examples of the late 1800s homes still standing, not just in Milwaukee, but in the entire Midwest. I hope you enjoyed this video. Quick but fun. Feel free to subscribe to our channel, hit like, leave a comment, and thanks for watching.